So let's have a look at question 6. This is an algebra question. I know you guys love algebra, so let's get down to it. So it says write A in terms of P and C. So what does that actually mean? Well, if you have a look at this formula, it's P, this equation is in terms of P, as in P is equal to. They want me to rearrange this so I end up with A is equal to. Alright, so let's have a look. P is equal to 2 times A plus C, where A is some random number and C is some random number and P is some random number. It doesn't really matter what their values are. Alright, so the first thing I'll do is I'll take C away from both sides. So if I take C away from the right hand side, I have to take it away from the left hand side. Okay, so I get 2A. Now I've written it from right to left. 2A is equal to minus C plus P. Alright, I'm just going to rearrange that to 2A is equal to P minus C, a form that we're more used to. So then, this isn't quite the end though, because I've gotten the value of 2 times A. I only want the value of 1A. So I divide this side by 2, which means I have to divide this side by 2, P minus C over 2. And there's your answer. A is equal to P minus C over 2. Then it says in part 2, hence find the value of A when P is equal to 5 and C is equal to 1 over 5. Well, that's a substitution. So we're looking for A now. If P is equal to 5, alright, minus 1 over 5, because that's C, divided by 2. Well, that means that A is equal to 5 minus a fifth is 4.8. Alright, because you just take away 0.2 away from 5, because a fifth is 0.2 divided by 2, which is going to equal 2.4. Alright, now if you did that on your calculator, it might give you a fraction, and that's fine. You could say 12 over 5, you could say 2 and 2/5, or you can say 2.4, they're all the same. Alright, part B, solve the equation x squared minus 6x plus 4. Now, factorizing isn't going to happen because it's not possible. Give each answer in surd form is a hint that you have to use the minus b formula, where minus b is equal to plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a. Alright, where a in this case is 1, so a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 6, and c is equal to 4. Okay, so let's sub it in. Minus 6, well that just gives me 6, is equal to, sorry, that equal shouldn't be there. I knew I was doing something wrong there. So minus 6 plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is going to be minus 6 to be squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 4, all over 2 times 1. So you're going to get 6 plus or minus the square root of 36, minus 4 times 4 is minus 16, all over 2 times 1, which is 2, which is going to give me 6 plus or minus the square root of 20 over 2. Okay, and I can divide by 2. If I divide across by 2, I get 3 plus or minus the square root of 5. Okay, so 3 plus or minus the square root of 5. Okay, and now all you have to do, this is what the plus and minus means. It means that my two answers are 3 plus the square root of 5 and 3 minus the square root of 5. That's what the plus or minus means. There's a positive answer, 3 plus the root of 5, and a negative answer. Well, sorry, not that the answer will be negative, but that there's a subtraction. So there's an addition, 3 plus the root of 5, 3 minus the root of 5, and there's my two answers, my two values for x. Okay? And the last question then, or last part of question 6. Write the following as a single fraction in its simplest form. Okay, so I'm just going to rewrite this out for a second. 2x minus 3 over 2 minus 4x minus 7 over 5. You need to find the lowest common denominator of 2 and 5, which is 10. Okay, so that means I want my whole fraction over 10. 2 goes into 10 5 times. I'm going to multiply 5 bracket 2x minus 3 minus 5 goes into 10 2 times, minus 2 times 4x minus 7 all over 10, which is going to give me 10x minus 15 minus 8x plus 14 all over 10. I'll do the top line first. I'm just going to bring that up here. I'm running out of space. So if we look at the top line, 10x minus 8x is going to give me 2x. Minus 15 plus 14 is going to give me minus 1 all over 10. And there it is, simplified. There's the algebra question. Easy peasy, huh?